The Red Bull Blueprint, global media empire that owns Formula One teams, soccer clubs, and broadcasts its own death-defying stunts to millions. Stay with us until the final minutes to see the exact strategy that made Red Bull bigger than any traditional advertiser could ever dream. When you finish this video, you will know how any brand can build sovereignty by making the product secondary to the story people live for. But first, let's go back to a dusty Bangkok street in 1982 where it all began. In 1982, Dietrich Mateschitz, an Austrian marketing executive fighting jet lag, walked into a Thai shop and picked up a small bottle called Krating Dang. The sugary, non-carbonated tonic gave him instant energy. 3 years later, in 1987, the carbonated, Western-friendly version launched in Austria. Early sales were slow. Most people had never heard of energy drinks. Traditional TV commercials and billboards felt wrong to Mateschitz. He refused to copy what everyone else did. Instead, he asked one simple question. What if the drink powered real adventures instead of just promising them? Red Bull stopped selling a beverage and started building a lifestyle. In 1988, Red Bull sponsored the Dolometenman, a brutal, multi-sport race through Austrian mountains that mixed climbing, paragliding, kayaking, and mountain biking. The brand showed up at universities, nightclubs, and adventure events with free samples handed out by students driving little Red Bull cars. No fancy ads, just real athletes doing wild things while people watched the cans appear naturally in their hands. By the 1990s, Red Bull sponsored cliff diving, freestyle motocross, snowboarding, and air racing. The message was clear. Red Bull gives you wings, and proof came in the form of broken records and epic footage. Red Bull decided to own the entire show instead of just sponsoring it. In 2005, Mateschitz bought a struggling Formula One team and turned it into Red Bull Racing. A few years later, the junior team, Racing Bulls, joined the grid. Red Bull also created or bought soccer clubs in Salzburg, Leipzig, New York, and beyond. Skydiver Felix Baumgartner stepped out of a capsule 24 miles above New Mexico in the Red Bull Stratos project on October 14, 2012. Millions tuned in live as he jumped, broke the sound barrier in freefall, and safely parachuted back to Earth. The footage exploded across every screen on the planet, and Red Bull owned every frame. But the real genius was not just creating these moments, it was turning them into constant content that people craved. In 2007, Red Bull Media House was born. It is not a marketing department. It is a full media company that produces films, documentaries, live broadcasts, a magazine called The Red Bulletin, and Red Bull TV. The company now runs more than 1,250 global events every year and owns the rights to all the footage. Today, Red Bull sells nearly 14 billion cans a year across 170 countries. Revenue tops $12 billion, spending 30% of every dollar it earns on marketing. Not on ads, but on culture. The drink is still excellent, but the empire runs on stories, athletes, events, and media that people choose to watch because they feel alive.